Hello everyone, I'm Pratama and I will present my team and I's ongoing research on 21st century learning media and using generative AI systems such as ChatGPT to compose the media. We are from the Faculty of Computer Science of the University of Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jawa Timur, Indonesia, and I'm excited to take part in this conference. First, some background. Complex 21st century challenges render traditional passive education obsolete. There are at least two reasons for this. First, educators cannot fully keep up with the rapid developments in knowledge and technology. Second, students are expected to have some degree of job readiness upon graduation. These two call for new educational paradigms: active learning, where students become the primary actors, and realistic learning, where lessons resemble real-world scenarios, whether explicitly or implicitly. Taken together, these approaches put students in the position to actively and independently explore a simulation or representation of complex professional work. Next, we talk about the right media for active and realistic learning. The attributes are explorative, narrative, and interactive. And interactive digital narrative have these three attributes. Various kinds of IDNs in literature or narrative games, visual novels, choose your own adventure, and narrative-driven gamification and such. Each learning activity requires specific IDN characteristics, such as focusing on open exploration, focusing on dramatic events, or others. This is a general model of an IDN, especially IDN for education. The audience goal is to comprehend its story world, so the world serves their cognitive needs. The world is presented in a specific storytelling manner, which emotionally engages or fulfills the audience's affective needs. The presentation must then be delivered through specific sensory elements, such as animations and sounds. As a reaction to the sensory input, the audience might affect the IDN through a control sim. Together, the sensory elements and controls form the IDN's interactivity and satisfy the audience sensory motor needs. Let's talk about the first aspect, story world. A story world embodies a real world-like environment for learners to explore. Essential story world components are characters, objects, internal logic or rules, locations, and events. Learners play the role of the protagonist character to explore the world. Other characters might represent teachers, industry professionals, and such. Lastly, the story world might simulate or directly represent or be an analogy to a real-world scenario. Here I will give an example related to a course in my faculty, Computer Science. Suppose we have this lesson plan on software development process models. Students' learning goal is to understand the differences between waterfall, rapid application development, or RAD, and Scrum process models. The models differ in several attributes, such as development speed, systematicity, and such. In short, waterfall is slow yet very systematic, RAD is very fast yet unsystematic, and Scrum is fast and reflective. Respectively, the models are well suited for developing critical software, business software, and experimental software. Within the lesson, students can freely explore the process models and software types. That is, they can try to use any process model to develop any software type and see if the model is a good fit for the software type. Here, we can create a story world that provides analogies to the process models and software types. A protagonist or player character is bestowed with superhuman abilities, super strength, super speed, and homing attack. Using this correctly allows them to defeat snail, dragon, and ghost monsters, representing the software types. By using analogies, students can understand the concept easier. We can also provide supporting characters playing the roles of mentors and such. The second aspect is storytelling. It concerns how the story world is told or presented. More specifically, it concerns the storytelling flow or storyline and each event in the storyline, which aims for easy comprehension and emotional engagement. The storyline can apply a story arc or an emotional arc for the entire storyline. One example of a popular story arc is on the right, the hero's journey. Lastly, each story event can be framed in a specific way to support easy comprehension and emotional engagement. Here is an example of designing the storytelling of the previous story world. The storyline consists of several events, beginning with one that sets the player character's mission. Afterward, the player may search for clues regarding their character's abilities and the three enemies. Then onward to battling each of them in no particular order. Just when the player thinks their mission is done, an uncomfortable truth is revealed, leading to a final battle with a final enemy possessing the snail, dragon, and ghost powers at once. This storyline roughly adopts the hero's journey. Events in bold or essential to the learning process. Each event is framed as a quest, meaning that its progression depends entirely on the player character. This way, the player can focus their attention on what they do and thus become engaged. The third aspect, interactivity. It concerns user interface or UI, how the learner senses and controls the story. The UI can apply story presentation assets such as text, pictures, and animations. The UI can also apply story presentation mechanics such as a camera system and non-diegetic information or information that is unrelated to the story, such as progress bar and floating text feedback. Lastly, the control scheme may consist of keyboard, mouse, on-screen buttons, and other ways to control the player character. And here's an example of turning the storytelling design into sensory elements and a control scheme. We can apply a camera system to limit the player's visual workload. The keyboard and the mouse serve as the control scheme. Creatures and the player character have a health indicator, and there are audio-visual feedback. Now, creating an educational IDN is not easy, especially for educators, because it requires significant skills and resources, such as time and funding. But luckily, nowadays, generative AI systems like ChatGPT can assist in the development of educational IDNs. But educators need to know how to effectively prompt generative AI systems. Here are two prompting methods. The first, providing a detailed specification of the requested content. Templates for the purpose are available. And the second, asking the AI system to play a role, such as narrative author, educator, or game developer. Educators also need to avoid the unreliability of generative AI systems, such as inherent randomness and lack of factual reliability or hallucination. Here we present a method from our ongoing research, which is iterative and learning domains-minded. The method consists of 3 iterative steps for an educational IDN's 3 aspects: story world, storytelling, and interactivity. Each step consists of iterations of generation and verification. First, the educator prompts the generative AI system to create content, then verifies the content. Based on the verification results, the content might be modified or regenerated. And rather than a complete aspect, we can generate specific elements of the aspect in each iteration. Here is an example of a series of iterations of generating a story world with ChatGPT. We take our lesson plan and turn it into a detailed prompt explaining the process models and the software types. We ask ChatGPT to play the role of a professional narrative author to create a story world with analogies to the models and software types. We can see that the result is good. The fantastical story world contains areas representing process models and software types. Names like code area and place descriptions look interesting enough. But let's verify the story world. Upon closer examination, we can see that something is odd. Software does not fit the world since it clashes with the world's fantastical nature. So let's ask ChatGPT to revise it so that the analogies are more subtle and fit the fantastical theme better. The result is again looks good. For example, ChatGPT has changed the medical monitoring software to life-sealing artifacts. And terms like Swift scripts look exciting for sure. Into the next iteration. The world does not yet have a main character, so let's give it one. And another good result from ChatGPT. Lyra Runehart seems like a fun character to follow around and control. Obviously, a main character without big bad adversaries is boring. I tell ChatGPT to create a major antagonist and their three henchmen. The henchmen wield powers representing critical business and experimental software. The major antagonists wield the combination of their powers. Cyrus Dead Weaver, Serafina Steel Shards sound like fun names. Of course, if we want to openly distribute the story world, we need to conduct one or two more iterations to verify whether any copyright has been violated. But for now, let's move to the next step, storytelling. First iteration. Let's prompt ChatGPT to compose a concise yet dramatic storyline on Lyra's journey to defeat Malgrim and the henchmen. Each individual event in the storyline should be specified. Here, I instruct ChatGPT to follow the previous storyline. Looks good. I didn't ask for it, but ChatGPT apparently has automatically added a supporting character as the player's mentor. Yeah, that's a good one. Do we need another storytelling iteration? Of course. We need to detail every event in the storyline. Here, I asked ChatGPT to detail the third event down to Lyra's specific actions, framed as a heroic battle quest. Looks good. Looks good. But unfortunately, the Lyra actions in the event do not seem to have any relations to any learning goal. So they look fun, but are not yet educational. Let's prompt ChatGPT to revise the actions. Now the actions represent how software developer use waterfall process model to develop critical software. The result, again, looks pretty good. We surely can imagine how the player learns as they conduct the battle quest. One or two more iterations might flesh the actions out even more, but for now, let's move to the interactivity aspect. Suppose we want to use an MS PowerPoint presentation as the IDN media. Let's ask ChatGPT to compose the slides along with its slides interactive elements, such as pictures, animations, sound effects, and of course, buttons with hyperlinks to jump to the slide with the next action or event. Again, the result looks good. It's quite detailed and quite clear. And that's all for my examples. Some conclusions. Education in the 21st century must be active and realistic for learners. Interactive digital narrative or IDNs serve as an appropriate medium for this purpose. An educational IDN consists of a world of stories, storytelling, and interactivity linked to the learning domains of cognitive, affective, and sensorimotor. The complexity of creating an educational IDN can be addressed with generative AI systems such as ChatGPT. Educators need to understand effective prompting techniques and also verify content generated by the generative AI system. Overall, the combination of educational IDNs and generative AI is wide-ranging yet under research. So it is a very promising research area. And that's all. Thank you for your attention.